I usually go up the top and then down that bit, but pretty sure it's not going to do that. And like I said, I really don't want to damage that body, so we're going to go the easy route. And I think considering this is more a trail truck than a crawler, whoa, I think that's fair. Ah. No! Finally, after about 3 months, it's here for review. This is the 1/6 scale RocHobby 1941 MB scaler. This has been sent to me by Banggood for review, and in this video we're going to get out of the box, have a look at the crazy scale features on this, and then we're going to take it to the quarry and give it a run. What's up guys, welcome to the channel. I have been looking forward to getting this thing out the box, and what a cool box it is. There is no chance of this thing getting damaged during shipping. I've taken some of this foam off, it had a little bit of protection all over it, but not a chance of this getting damaged. Well done RocHobby for making sure this thing is well protected. Nice little lockable carry case where you can take it with you. So before we get it out of the box, I'll just hold that up at the screen for you so you can see some of the details if you want to know a bit more about it. It's 530.5 millimeters long, 258 mil wide. Height is 270 mil, and it's got a wheelbase of 324. Ground clearance 39.5 millimeters. Approach angle 58 degrees. Departure angle 22, and a brake over angle of 36. What a cool little Jeep. Optional roof as well. This doesn't come with that roof. I've not seen it for sale separately, but I'm sure that will come out soon. Let's get it out of the box. Let's have a look at it. So it comes nearly ready to run. You have to supply your own LiPo. It's got one of these transmitters where the top comes off and you lock the bottom. A lot of the micro crawlers come with these. And what I find, especially the micro crawlers, if you've got a couple of these, you only need one base unit with the batteries in. The batteries go in the top there, and then you can just swap the top over, lock it in place, and then there is your transmitter. Not too bad. I can reach that for my thumb. You know I like my one-handed driving. So you got third channel there, reverse. You got your EPAs there for channel. It says channel 3 and channel 4 EPAs. You got your throttle trim, steering trim, and then you got channel 4 there. But yeah, not bad. And this is the Jeep. How cool is that? This thing has got so much scale about it, and I'm just going to clear up now before we go on any more. It has got standard oil dampers and springs, unlike the original Jeep that would have had leaf springs, and that's to give it that flex. With leaf springs, you're not getting, they're a bit stiff, they need loosening up a bit, I think. You're not getting that flex with leaf springs. So I think RocHobby have made a good call there, putting normal shocks. I know some people are probably not going to like it, but for me, I think it works, gives you that good crawler look. Really nice soft tyres, beadlock wheels as well, so these tyres aren't coming off. They look really nice, super scale, the right tread pattern on them and the right width. You also notice as well on this that the axle is sitting forward on the front, which is true to scale, as well as your axe and your shovel on this side. I've seen some smaller ones, and like the JJRC, like the smaller 1/16 or 1/10 scale ones, the axle sits too far in here, so it sits central, which is wrong. And it also has like the shovel on one side and the axe on the other side, which again is wrong. So this one, thumbs up. Nice scale features under the hood, under the bonnet there. I'm sure some of you out there will give that a good paint as well and detail that even more, but it's a good starting point for you with all the engine detail and stuff in there. That just clips down like that. Your wipers come in a little bag there, and then you've got a little metal rod there, which is to hold the body up when you lift the body up, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. Gonna get the wipers on. The interior on this is really nice. Proper material on the seats, cushioned seats as well. Then you've got the rear seat and the little ammo box or storage box in the back. You've got all the correct gear shifters there, a few different gear ratios and four-wheel drive and stuff. And then you've got like the little frame on the back there for your canvas roof. On the back we've got a spare wheel. It's an actual functional spare wheel. Also got a removable fuel can there as well. And you've got some lights on the rear there. They actually haven't got LEDs in them, but they've got holes in them, so you are able to fit the LEDs. It's got front lights, but the rears are not functional. And you've got a little functional tow hitch on the back there to stick some trailers. Let's hope RocHobby brings some trailers out for this. So the body is held on by a couple of body clips underneath here. Then that lifts up. And the little post goes in just in front of the battery tray there and sits up the top there. Something I've noted on this, in the battery trays, you don't actually get anything to hold your LiPo or your battery in, so it'd be worth having some Velcro straps to hand or some elastic bands to hold that in. I really like that all the electronics and everything's up the front. Not really for working on it, because it's going to be a bit of a pain. You have to take the whole body off, which probably isn't that bad. So you've got a waterproof Hobbywing ESC. That will take 3S as well, which is good. I don't know if you'll need 3S for this. You've got a big 35 turn 550 motor going into the gearbox. There's a slipper clutch on there, and then it goes into the transfer case, and then the transfer case splits out to the axles. Separate receiver in there for your transmitter, and then a servo up front. All in all, this thing is really, really nice. And if you're into scale, if you're into crawling, and if you're into military vehicles, this is a no-brainer. You need to buy this. There's a link below to a Banggood. It's on I think it might be on offer at the moment, not sure. If I can get a discount code, I'll stick that in the description as well. Before we take this out, there's one more thing we need to do, and that's to get someone to drive it. If you look just up here, he's already on his way down. Look, Austin Powers is too small, but we got some guy here. He's out of Star Wars. I can't remember his name. I'm not really a Star Wars fan. 12-inch figure. I have had to make a little bit of work on his legs just to bend, because his legs weren't bending. So his legs are bent slightly now. Bit of work with a heat gun and a Dremel. And I've made his legs sit up a little higher here, so he actually sits down. But other than that, he fits in. So if you do want a figure, oh, I forgot to mention as well, the steering wheel has got a separate servo. So the steering wheel turns when you turn, to add to that scale look. Right. He's a bit of a squeeze to get in. So he's a 12-inch figure. I'd say probably 11 would have been a bit better, because he's a little bit over the top. But I think on these Willys Jeeps, I've seen pictures of people driving them, and they weren't the biggest thing. So in my opinion, he actually looks pretty good. Anyway, he's our driver for today. Let's take this down to the quarry and let's see how it performs. Right, so we are at the quarry. Going to do a little run over to the rocks, which are over that hill there. We're going to go, there's a route that way and there's one that way. That's the steeper one, so we're going to go up there. A little bit of trailing and do a tiny bit of rock crawling. I'm not sure, they're quite harsh rocks over at the base of the quarry, so not sure how we're going to get on there, but we'll give it a go. This quarry's not been used since the 1930s, so there's some cool little areas here to go, cool little trails. And anyway, let's get this thing going. Driver's ready. It's got a nice, really slow crawling speed, this. Someone did mention to me that they thought the suspension was quite stiff. Yeah, it looks a little bit, might need to change the oil on that, but how cool does it look? I didn't have the screen clip down properly. I had to stop bouncing around now. It's got a little clip on the back of it. Not sure you can see how steep that is, but we're going to make it up there. As we go on with this video, you might find I can talk less and less, because it's a bit of a trek, this place. It's a really nice, steady, slow crawl. That's about as slow as I can go without it stopping. Oh, a little bit slower. You can see loads and loads of control. I wouldn't like to roll down this hill with this thing. It's probably a bit fragile. So really, really nice, perfect area, and a nice day for the trail. I'm already out of breath. So that's full throttle. And that is probably about right for scale, to be honest with you. Any faster and you're rolling over with that. So we're going to head across this way, some really nice sort of like deep ruts and stuff. I think this is like the tailings maybe from when they were mining. So the Hobbywing ESC in there. It's on a crawler mode. You've got 3 modes. This is crawler mode. So you've got forward, reverse. There's no brake, but you have got a drag brake. So if I come off the throttle, you see it just stops. I mean, it's probably, you could probably set it up. It's probably on one of the highest settings because that's coming to a dead stop. Now what I'd like is just a little bit of roll like that as you're going down quite a steep hill, but it's pretty good. It stops you from accidentally rolling down any steep descends. Right, let's go and find some slightly bigger obstacles for it. I guess that kind of answers the rock crawling capability. You could question my bad lines for rock crawling as well, but right, last little test. I take all my crawlers up through there, up, over and round, or actually I think we go from that way. So see how this does, and then we'll call it a day. So the first bit's relatively easy, and then it gets a little bit more difficult as we go on. You might see me running to save it because I don't really want to roll it or trash it because this thing looks so nice. I usually go up the top and then down that bit, but pretty sure it's not going to do that. And like I've said, I really don't want to damage that body, so we're going to do the easy route. I think considering this is more a trail truck than a crawler, whoa, I think that's fair. Ah! No! We're good, we're good. Oh, my heart went a little bit then. I think that kind of makes me feel better about not taking it up that top bit. bet there's a few of you cringing as I'm doing this. Me too. I'm trying really careful. Get that right line. I think we got it. Oh, that rock at the bottom there. Okay, I'm calling this a win. We got it. So there you go, guys. The 1/6 scale RocHobby, the MB 1947, the Jeep Willys, passes my test. I think this thing is awesome. It's an awesome scale truck. It performs quite well as well. It's a decent trail truck. Not sure about rock crawling, but I'm sure some of you out there can improve on that. If you want to go off scale and put some big chunky tyres on, that'd be much better. Anyway, I'm going to go and record a decent cinematic video now. That'll be out in a few days. Cheers for watching. I'll see you next time.